Beauty Joy as one of the outsiders along with Red Line.
Okay, thank you, Paul. As runners are in the parade ring, of course, the Stewards Cup here, the second of our Group 1s this afternoon, all part of the World Pool. Bigger pools, smoother payouts here. And here is California Spangle on screen. Jenny, of course, Hong Kong Mile winner. He was having to concede a fair bit of weight to rivals last time out, and he was up sort of near the pace, couldn't get to the lead. He was pushed inside the 600 metres and gave ground to be beaten 6.5.
Yeah, look, he was disappointing. There's no two ways about that. So now stepping back up to the 1600 here. He's a little stiff walking behind these days, but overall he's a lovely strong-bodied horse. He's nice and sensible. He looks healthy. He always carries a little bit of weight around the midsection. So I think he parades well. I could never put the line through him on looks, that's for sure.
And there he is, 29.5.3 currently for number 2, which is California Spangle, going back to a mile here from barrier number 2. So, look, I'm sure he's going to try and hold the rail, which is what Beauty Eternal does. And here's the connections, talking with Brenton Abdullah here of California Spangle. The current favourite is Voyage Bubble. He's won his last 2. He also won the Derby here, of course, international mile winner. How does the one look, Jenny?
Nice and relaxed, beautifully relaxed. He's been clipped out. I noted last time I saw him, he's not the smoothest of walkers these days in front. Obviously, he's just been clipped out. That furthest coming through is very fine at the moment. But he's healthy and he's very strong and he does look fit enough and he's just behaving himself beautifully. So he's there with a solid chance. He just needs a little loosen up in front.
42 days on since his heroics here on International Day. Voyage Bubble, he's a 2-time Group 1 winner, won this race last year, looking to become a 3-time Group 1 winner. Beauty Eternal, Jenny, what do we do with Beauty Eternal here, I wonder? Of course, he won going back to Champions Day in the mile, but as Zach said in an interview recently, he's just been a bit disappointing.
Well, he has, but he's a winner of 9 of his 20. You go back to that win, it was on a rain-affected track, so he's not going to get that here today. He is beautifully behaved. He does look extremely fit. He looks strong. I think John's presented him as well as he can. If he was to run one of his better races here today, it's not going to shock at all. He's in very good health and condition.
And that's a Beauty Eternal. Currently a 10 chance, 11 and 2.1. Zach Burton there aboard Beauty Eternal. Beauty Joy, he can be a bit of an enigma. He put in a really good run 2 starts ago in the international mile.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the screaming is.
One of the celebrities here at the yard,
there must be, yes. Okay, so it wasn't Paul Lally in the
Definitely wasn't me.
Okay, so Beauty Joy, it never carries any excess condition, but a very laid-back, relaxed type of horse in the parade, and such a good money spinner. He's never far away in his races, and once again, he gets a chance to get a prize money check. Looks the same, really healthy, maintains his looks. He's never going to be a big, strong horse, but he's just talented, and he's a winner of over $38 million. He's a winner of $31 million. So, yes, he's just done a great job. He's still got those synthetic hooves on as well.
Galaxy Patch, Jenny, number 5, Blake Shinpia.
Galaxy Patch has been very toey. The cameraman better be very careful too, because he's just got out of his way there. Now, he thins out a little bit towards the flank area, but he's always been a very angular type of horse. So he's got plenty of length about him, plenty of size as well. Not easy to handle for his 2 handlers. Just gets a little anxious and toey and a bit pushy in the parade. But he's healthy and he's very, very fit.
One of my favourites is Chang Cheng Glory on screen now. Jenny's been very consistent since he's come up to group level. Barrier 6 for him.
Yeah, I've got a bit of time for him as well. I've got to say, Paul, I love his attitude. He's just a really laid-back, relaxed type of horse. He's never carrying any excess condition. He's a bit of a lean, tall type, but he looks to be walking out really freely. He's very fit and he's healthy, so he looks good for him.
Okay, he caused a bit of interference, of course, last time out and was relegated from 4th to 6th in the international mile. Red Line currently paying 63 to 1 in the World Pool, Jenny. He's £7 better off with the Patch of Theta, but thought he was still a little one pace last time out. Not quite sure he's at the absolute elite level here.
No, and he's a horse that I think is better on a rain-affected surface as well. He's bandaged on those hind legs. He's a little stocky type of horse. He doesn't look like he would get over ground, but, he's done his fair share of winning. He's a 5-time winner here in Hong Kong, so he's got talent. He's healthy. I think he looks okay, but he's not a standout type. So I've got him more a place chance only.
And the new kid on the block is number 8, Patch of Theta. Comes into this race after winning a Group 3 last start.
Now, Patch of Theta, I mean, he's a really interesting horse. He's a 5-year-old ISG, winner of 6 of his 14. Just about to come into my view. Now, he's a much better behaved horse today. He can be quite pushy and just gives his Mafu a bit of a hard time. But he's got loads of strength, really solid chest on him and shoulder, really good muscle tone, much better behaved, very solid and healthy, and he looks good. He looks very good, actually. So he's a chance.
Let's look at...
We move on to race number 8 at Shot 10, and this is the Group 1 Stewards Cup. My top selection is number 5, Galaxy Patch, who I think will benefit from the likely race shape. I think there's a lot of early speed signed on, and I know he's chased Voyage Bubble in the past couple of starts, but I think Voyage Bubble might be compromised by having to go a little bit quicker early on. The faster they go early, I think the better Galaxy Patch's chances figure to be, and given those 2 losses, we may very well get a little bit of a price. Behind that one, let's go with number 1, Voyage Bubble in second, number 3, Beauty Eternal in third, and number 6, Changcheng Glory in fourth. 5, 1, 3, and 6 for me in the upcoming 8th at Shot 10, the Stewards Cup.
Every time he goes out, it seems he enjoys his runs.
And he's had those trials you mentioned, of course. What else has he done since the international? Has he shown you all the positive signs?
Yes, he never put one step wrong, but this time we didn't send him back to Chongfa. We've been staying in Hong Kong all the time. Yeah.
And Ricky, for you and the team, I know he's got about 2 million owners. How exciting is it to have a favourite on a day like this in these types of races? I mean, this is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes, this is all about this features race, a strong team, a strong supporter, and good atmosphere. That's what we want. To me, I mean, I want to face the owners, jockeys, and obviously the horse in the morning. And we enjoy it.
Ricky, he's a super horse. I'll let you get to your vantage point to watch him. Thanks for chatting to us and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Nick, and great to have the support of Ricky Yu on the coverage joining us here this afternoon, Jenny. He's the favourite to Voyage Bubble, but from looks on the paddock, Changcheng Glory was judged best presented, but in your eyes?
In my eyes, number 8, Patch of Theta. I'm going to go with him. I thought he paraded beautifully, this horse. So this is going to be his biggest test to date. Whether or not he can step up to the plate, I don't know, but gee, looks well. He was much better behaved than he has been as well. So a certain upgrade for him as far as his appearance goes. He's on top of number 1, Voyage Bubble, who I agree will be very hard to beat. He's such a consistent horse. He never runs a bad race. He's been clipped out. He looks healthy. He's very strong. He's got plenty of scope. He looks in good order. Next best, number 6, Changcheng Glory. So, yes, he was parading well. He never carries any excess condition, but just such a placid, relaxed horse. Beautiful shine to his coat. And number 3, Beauty Eternal, I thought was next best. There he is on screen, getting led down as he always does, because he can be a little bit of a rogue getting down towards the gates. But I thought that's as good as I've seen him for quite some time as well. So, I've left out Galaxy Patch, and I didn't really want to leave him out, but once again he was on his toes. He was just a bit awkward for his handlers. He thins out a bit towards the flank area. I love the horse because he's just one of these horses that has got the ability and is exciting when it all happens for him, but on looks he just misses out on the top 4. I've gone 8, 1, 6 and 3.
Thank you, Jenny. Let's head up to Mark. Your thoughts here. Are you with...
Concern internally, no doubt about that, but the horse is he's a really nice horse. He's beautiful athletic type. He gets a bit cheeky in the parade, wants to throw the head around and just get on his toes a touch. But he's got a really nice shine to his coat. I like his athleticism. Hard not to like him as far as type goes. So he did go a bit hard last time, so perhaps they might just try and cuddle him a bit from gate number 12. He's good. He looks very well.
Jenny, your best of the afternoon is number 4, Bundle Award, James McDonald from Barrier 4.
Hang on a sec. I'm just giving Craig Williams a kiss as he goes past. Haven't seen him for ages. Bundle Award, he looks good. He's nice and healthy. He's nice and relaxed here in the parade. Bandaged in front. He looks like he's trimmed up a little as well. Very healthy looking horse, so he's good.
2.2 and 1.2 for James McDonald, John Size with the son of Seamus Award. Moving on to a Spanish Flame, beaten 6 3/4 in his first up outing. Jenny looked a bit one-paced. He's had a trial since.
Look, he's a really towy, a really heavy set type of horse. He still carries a lot of weight around the midsection, and just getting on his toes and being a bit cheeky here in the parade. I think, one run, maybe even 2 more runs just to bring his fitness level up to scratch. So I'm happy to probably watch him again here, but he's very strong.
He's a big price. He's at 40s. There's a Spanish Flame, 9.8 place currently. The 680 Light Years has gone off the boil, and he's drawn barrier 14.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's been struggling for quite some time, and gate 14 is not going to make it easy for him either. He also requires a little loosen up in front. He's a nice bodied horse. He's got size, scope and strength, and his attitude's very good, so there's positives there as well. Actually, it's maybe he's walking out reasonably okay. He's just being heavily restrained there, so maybe he could run a bit better.
We've got 7 on screen now with Jenny. Solid Impact was sort of beyond mid-field. It wasn't the worst run considering he was held up a little bit last start.
Hey, look, he's got a very funny sort of walk, his own style, gets a little nervous or tense in the parade. He's a horse that lacks a bit of scope for the size, but really healthy. And he just requires loosening up in front and behind. So I think by his standard, he actually looks okay. But he hasn't been going that well, so probably inclined to want to watch him one more time, or maybe a rough place chance.
Yeah, he's at 20 and 3.6 is number 7, which is Solid Impact on the screen there. As you can see, the 8 Lost Child, he's a big price. He's over 16 to 1. Didn't troll too badly recently.
189 days since we've seen him race, so he's coming into this nice and fresh. The scale says he's put on 25 pounds, but I've got to say he looks pretty fit here on the eye. He's a very scopy type of horse, plenty of size about him, always had good strength and always had a really good attitude. So he's in pretty good nick, actually. I could leave him there with some sort of chance.
Craig Williams running for Michael Chang. He's had 2 trials. He's been off the scene for 189 days. Has Lost Child. Nick's going to make a case for him at 17s and 4s. We're rolling on now to Romantic Sun for David Hayes and Zach Purton. Again, stayed on last start. He's had 3 pretty much good runs, Jenny, from his 4. There was just that one little blip there behind Gustos Sissimo.
Yep, and he's stepping up to the 1400 here. I think that's going to be suitable for him. He's a nice horse. He's a really nice horse. He's beautifully behaved. He's well put together, clipped out, healthy coat on him. Looks nice and fit, like his body strength and walking out freely. So he can't look much better than that.
And that's Zach Purton's mount, which is Romantic Sun at 4.9, 1.8. And there's the 9. The 10, New Forest. Now, he's on debut here. He has won a recent trial.
Yeah, I don't mind the look of him either. He's a horse that has been beautifully behaved here in the parade. He when he first walked in, I think he might need to loosen up in front, and he has loosened up. He looks pretty fit, very nice attitude and quite healthy looking and quite fit looking. So his trial was good up at Chung Fa, and he does look good. I'll give him an each way chance at odds.
One on a heavy track at Kembla with Sarah Ryan under the same name. He was a runner-up at Hawkesbury in his most recent start. Up with the Charm, all runs with, his overseas efforts, Jenny, with the blinkers on, including a win. Blinkers on today and stepping up in trip.
Well, he's on his toes a little bit. He's got a couple of handlers on him, and he was on his. He tenses up a bit in the parade. He doesn't carry any excess condition. He's only 1,025 pounds, so he's a bit of a lightly framed type who gets tense. But he's fine-skinned and he's as fit as he could possibly be. And I think he's walking out okay. It's just the tenseness that might make him look a little bit stiff. But I don't think there's anything wrong with his action there. So he's there with a place chance on looks.
Winning Wing. Now, he didn't run too badly on debut, ran 5th. Unfortunately for him, he's drawn 13.
Got plenty of muscle strength, this horse, particularly in the shoulder area there in those hind quarters. He still continues to carry a little bit of weight around the midsection. I thought he was in need of that first up run. I think he's always going to be a bit bulky and a bit strong anyway because he's such a solid type. Attitude's pretty good. I could leave him there with a place chance. He's not bad.
13, Midori Fuji, a handy first up. Only beat one rival home last start. Jenny, barrier 2 for him.
He's a horse that's got a bit of height, a bit of scope, walks out over a fair bit of ground, does look healthy and fit, doesn't parade too badly. Look, he would need to improve off those 2 efforts we've seen to date. but he's not the worst by any means. He's quite a nice type, and he's really healthy. So he's not the roughest.
There was all up money going through him. He's still a 40 chance here in this. And the bottom one, Kaying Superb, he's eligible for a lower grade. Matthew Chadwick from barrier 11.
A couple of handlers on him. They often take him out early. He's got those synthetic hooves, so he's obviously had a few issues there. But he is a very fit horse, and he's just quite eager and keen. Quite a neat type as well. Place only.
Yeah, eligible for Class 4. Matthew Chadwick, Cody Moe was a bit keen last start. And was only beaten 1 3/4 behind Johannes Brahms from barrier 12. He's got barrier 11 here.
We move on to race number 9 at Shot 10, and this one starts the late pick 3. Here is how I'm going to be playing that sequence. In race 9, I'm going 2 deep. Number 1, Packing Power, is my top selection, and I think he bounces back from the last out clunker. However, I'm also going to use number 9, Romantic Sun. I think it's very interesting that Zach Purton sees fit to ride this one and get off of Packing Power. In race number 10, I am going 3 deep. Number 5, Bravehearts, is my top pick. I'm also going to use number 4, Winning Dragon, and number 8, Cambridge. In the 11th and final, I'm going 3 deep as well. Number 14, Meowth, is my top pick, but I'm also going to throw in number 1, Lady's Choice, and number 5, Storming Dragon. That ticket is $18 for a $1 base. However you decide to play this sequence, though, best of luck.
Been good, and his form coming here was very good. He's a nice relaxed type of horse. He looks fit, he looks fully tuned now. I'd expect a good run from him. I've got him on top of number 3, Sky Trust. I like him as a type. He's a really athletic horse. Gate 12, bit awkward, but he's got a bit of speed. Perhaps they might just go forward, and if they can get a bit of cover, he could run a race the way he presents. Next best, number 9, Romantic Sun. He's a nice individual as well, very strong. I like the fact they're stepping him up to the 1400 here. He makes it in, and that horse on screen, I'm putting him in as well, the 10. I thought he paraded quite nicely. This is on debut, New Forest. So I think he's done enough work. Looks quite well. Nice enough type, and a very quiet horse too. So 4, 3, 9, and 10.
Thank you, Jenny.
4-3 horse, so calm and relaxed. He's an athletic type. He walks out really freely, a little wintry but healthy in his coat. I think Mark Newnham has produced him looking particularly well once again, so definitely worth considering.
There he is on screen. Matthew Poon aboard number 5, Bravehearts. Currently a 5.5 chance, so he's the clear third favourite. There's 3 horses that are sort of favourites in this, with Romantic 4 being the 4th favourite. 9, Natural Storm. He gets back, Jenny, and we know what he does. He's running on late.
He does, yeah. Look, he's won off 78 off a rating of when he was 50 to 1. So he is an interesting runner, a 6-time winner. But he is getting on a bit. He's an 8-year-old now. Another one that's always pretty calm and collected in the parade. He's got a strong chest on him. He carries a little bit of weight around the midsection. Not unusual, healthy enough, and just having a casual look around. He looks well without being exceptional.
It's a Natural Storm. Yeah, he's a handy horse in his day. There's no getting away from that. But he's quite hard to predict. Pretty hot and cold at times, isn't he, Natural Storm? But he does stay well. And 1 or 2 might have cried enough. You know that Natural Storm will be staying on. Stunning Peach here, Jenny. 8th in the trial since at Shartin. He's not got the best of draws here, though.
No, look, he jumped a shadow last time he was racing, and that put him out of business. Sort of lost his action there. He did pull up with a lameness issue as well. This horse, he's had a little bit of time since then. At the 4th of December, that was. He's a really fit-looking horse. He doesn't tend to carry much excess condition, but he's very quiet. He's really healthy in his coat, and he does appear to be walking out nice and freely. So nothing wrong with his action here. And he's a very fit horse, so he should run well.
Number 3, it was Mickley, and look, a winner 3 starts ago. Barrier 2 with Hugh Bowman aboard.
Yeah, interesting. I thought 2 starts ago he put on a fair bit of weight in between runs, and then he was down to 1,183 last time. Now he's back up to 1,193. So he's obviously a good doer. He obviously eats up well. He's bandaged on those hind legs. He lacks a little bit of scope. He's quite a stocky type, but very, very calm and relaxed in the parade. Healthy enough in his coat. He's just always going to carry that little bit of weight. He does have those synthetic hooves on both of those front feet, so might have had a few little issues there, but very relaxed and fluent.
That is Mickley. Yeah, I don't think maybe stepping up in triple suit him. Here's Senor Toba, Jenny. He's getting whiter and whiter every time we see him. He's a 7-year-old now. He's joined Dennis Yip. Cheek pieces are going on. It's been a long time since he last won a race, though.
Oh, it certainly has. And since he's been placed, actually, unplaced his last 15 starts. So he's been out of sorts for quite some time. I'm not sure if he can resurrect his career as a 7-year-old. But he's off a rating of 91 now. Very calm and collected. Wintry in his coat. Just a very casual walk on him and just requires a little loosening up in front. Just okay for me.
Winning Dragon has drawn a nice gate, barrier number 4, and he's likely to be right on the pace.
Yeah, lovely, relaxed type of horse as well. I'm just tripping over his own feet there, just enjoying a bit of a stroll around the parade. Very fit and healthy, and just a nice placid type. He actually looks pretty good. He's nicely drawn in gate 4, and he was a winner 3 starts ago, so he's worth considering. He might be a little bit of value.
Yeah, he might not be the worst of them, that's for sure. He was pretty good behind an informed rival last time, of course, in Bravehearts. We've seen that footage already. We've seen Bravehearts on parade, so they've got form closely tied in. Romantic Thor, he ran 3rd in that race. That was a better effort from him, Jenny, when stepping up to this trip, but he's got the outside gate here, quick into that first turn as well.
Yeah, look, it was a good effort when he stepped up to the 2000, only his second race start here. He's a horse that would, he's obviously come to hand pretty quickly. He does look very fit. He's got a little bit of size about him, and he's quite a neat type of horse too. Walks out freely, coat looks in good order. So whilst he's not a big scopy horse, he is very neat and he's very fit and fluent. So I'd have to give him an each way chance.
Blinkers on him for the first time. Number 7, the Best Peach. Another one that gets back and runs on. He's a big price this afternoon. He's at 70 to 1.
Yeah, he's a little bit stiff walking behind. He's healthy enough in his coat. Behaviour's good. He carries a little bit of weight around the midsection. He's just finding it a little bit tough at the moment. So I think he just needs probably a bit further relief in the handicap system. But on looks, he's quiet enough. He gets a pass.
Yeah, he's had a couple of goes over this distance. Both of them were this course, and he never managed to figure. The most recent of them, obviously, that 9th. Here's Cambridge. This horse was a Salisbury novice winner for Aidan O'Brien, placed in a Group 3 over 800 metres as a 2-year-old, second in a Golden Gates at Royal Ascot as well. He was 4th in his latest trial at Chung Fa. Jenny, how's the son of Dubawi look?
Yeah, look, he's had 5 trials. He is small and compact. He lacks a little bit of scope for the size of him. But he does look like he would come to hand pretty quickly. And in fact, he looks like he may have done enough work. He's quite clean in his walking action. And his attitude's not too bad either. He's behaving himself well. So I could leave him there with a place chance. I don't think he looks bad.
And he's at 48 and 13 on debut here in Hong Kong as number 8, Cambridge. We've seen the 9. We move to the 10 now, which is Noble Pursuit. Craig Williams aboard from barrier number 6.
Noble Pursuit can often parade quite nicely. He's very tall, sort of rangy type of horse, sweating up just marginally behind. Needs it a little loosen up in front these days. That off front he puts down a bit quick. So that's the only negative. Noted that before with him though, so that's not new. But maintains his body strength and he's quite healthy and just wanting to go quicker and a bit eager there with his handler. But he's certainly okay. He's a place hope.
Yeah, he's not been any bigger price than 7.4 in recent runs, so usually well supported. Here's Noisy Boy, Jenny. Andrea at Zaney, Dennis Ship teaming up here. Got that win at the Valley, so he's coming to Shartin, back in trip. They put him up £6.
Yeah, nice horse. Definitely worth considering, Noisy Boy. Last start winner. He looks like he's backed up really nicely. Fit, athletic type, behaving himself well with his 2 handlers there. Looks in good condition. So he's an each-way chance.
He's an each-way price. He's a decent price. He's at 20 and 4.4. Is number 11, Noisy Boy. Naval Force, didn't mind his run on debut. That was for 7th. Barrier number 5 with Karis Teaton aboard.
He's had a trial at Happy Valley. Didn't get much of a guide there. They didn't overly push him out. First time I laid eyes on him, he didn't do a great deal for me. He's only a very plain-looking horse, very wintry and dry in his coat at the moment. But he doesn't carry any much excess condition. So 1,025 pounds is all he weighs in at. Quite a long neck on him for the size of him. He's just okay. I'm happy to watch him again.
That is Naval Force. Pierron and Karis Teaton teaming up. Samarkand, Lyle Hughes and David Hayes combine here. Happy Valley has always been his happy hunting ground, Jenny. He's 0 from 5 here at Charlton.
Yeah, he is. But he's had one minor placing here. He's a lovely horse. He always looks good. He's just keen and eager with his handler here today, and just the odd shake of the head. Nothing sinister in that. He continues to walk out nice and freely. He maintains his body strength. He looks really fit and healthy. I could give him a rough chance. I don't think he looks bad.
That's Samarkand. He's currently at 63 and 15 for the 13. And the bottom one, number 14, Supreme Agility. He's put on 4 pounds, Jenny. I'm guessing that's a good thing for him.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. 989 pounds is his total weight. So he doesn't have much strength in those hind quarters. He's a little lightly framed type and a little bit toey as well. He looks really healthy in his coat, and because he carries no excess, he looks particularly fit as well. But he probably needs it a bit easier, I feel. No, I'm going to prefer a few others.
That is Supreme Agility there, 34 to 1. So that is a look at the runners on parade. Back with Jenny shortly. We've got substantial here, Paul, as well.
Yeah, that's with 14 as a Quinella with the banker, with both Mickley and Winning Dragon, 14 and 3 and 4. But Stunning Peach is the 3.2 favourite in front of Mickley, who's at 3.5. Nothing between the two of them. Braveheart's close behind at 5.4. The other one, single figures there. Romantic Thor at 8.2. And then we're at big prices. The next one after that's actually 18 to 1, and that's Winning Dragon and also Noisy Boy.
Okay, thank you. That's how they bet here. Good race, this one, over the mile and a quarter. Jenny, who makes it into the top 4 for race 10, please?
Number 5 goes on top for me. That's Brave Hearts, a horse from the Mark Newnham yard. I thought he paraded really well. Backed up that last win in very good condition once again. So he's on top of number 11. That's Noisy Boy. He's a last start winner as well, and he's backed up really nicely since. Kept his condition on nicely. He's only 1 pound less than he was last time he stepped out. So he's nicely drawn too, so he might get himself a good run. The 2, Stunning Peach, a small horse but really fit and very fluent, which is good to see because he has had a lame right leg issue back on the 5th of December. So he looked to be walking out really cleanly here today, and he is on a derby mission. And I thought number 4, Winning Dragon, actually presented quite nicely too. Getting on a bit, he's a 7-year-old, but he's nicely drawn in gate 4 and can use that to his advantage because he's got a little bit of pace, so he might be in a good spot. Couldn't find much wrong with him, so he makes it in. 5, 11, 2 and 4.
Thank you, Jenny. 5, 11, 2, 4, the numbers here. Braveheart's on top out of Noisy Boy. He's been back there at a price. Stunning Peach goes in, and so too the 4, Winning Dragon. 5, 11, 2 and 4. Mark, as we come to you for your selections on race 10, please.
Got the way here, Nick, of Mickley. They're a bit similar horses, this pair. If there's bad luck, they seem to be able to find it, but they're both pretty smart. Mickley's on a 7-day backup and going to 2,000 metres for the first time. He's drawn 2. That's why he's on top, and he's just been unlucky the last 2 weeks after winning 3 back. So 3 on top to beat number 2, Stunning Peach, who shied down the straight the first time at Happy Valley and did a good job to get as close as he did. But barrier number 12 with a short run to the first turn, that's the reason the 3's on top to beat the 2. 5, Bravehearts, just keeps on keeping on. He's won 3 from 4 this season. Matthew Poon gets on well with him. Can't see any reason why he won't be very competitive again. And 6, Romantic Thor. James McDonald looking for a 4-timer. He improved between his first 2 runs, did some early work, and then only beaten 2 lengths behind Bravehearts last time. However, he's drawn wider than Stunning Peach. He's out in 14. 3, 2, 5 and 6, Paul, for race number 10.
Yeah, look, on with the 2, Stunning Peach. Had clear excuses last time. Happy Valley was a bit of a horror show there, actually. And he's looked a real star when he's been here at Charlton, so he's on top to beat Mickley. 2,000 metres for him, so he'll step up from the 1,600. Did stay on it. He was 1 pace last time, so probably the 2,000 will suit him. The 12, Naval Force. I did like his debut run here in Hong Kong. He was really noticeably hitting the line strongly, so at 20 and 4, he's a bit of value. And also the 5, Bravehearts, who's been in great form recently. So 2, 3, 12 and 5.
My great hope here is Stunning Peach for Zach Purton at 3.2. Of course, he jumped something on the track at about the 170, just a mark that he'd seen at Happy Valley for whatever reason, and lost all of his action, and then he was badly held up in the straight. Had he probably got a clear run, he could have nearly still won the race, Stunning Peach. Group 1 placed over 2,000 metres at St. Cloud prior to arriving, and just had no luck last time out or the start before that. So hopefully he can atone with a bit of luck from barrier number 12. In the second, I've got Mickley. Interesting, they're backing him up again, up to 2,000 metres. 900 last start, raced a bit keen, not beaten too far behind Dragon Joy. Fives and Braveheart's got an extra 8 pounds to shoulder here, but he's been in great form since joining the Mark Newnham barn. And at Naval Force wasn't the worst first up, but only beaten 3 lengths in that Braveheart's race. 6th in a trial at Happy Valley, in behind Noisy Boy. 2, 3, 5 and 12.
Yeah, look, he's got a good chance, hasn't he? The two there, Tom, there he is on screen for Zach. I haven't got him on top, though. I've gone with Mickley here, the 3. I think maybe stepping up in trip is perhaps what is required. Obviously, it's a quick backup for him, but he's drawn well. So getting into that first turn, he's drawn 2. Stunning Peach, the favourite's drawn 12. So it's going to be a bit tougher for him into that first turn. So Mickley, I think, certainly has every chance in this. Put the 5 Bravehearts in for second. Look, he's in superb form. Hard to discount him, really, over this sort of distance. He's really been doing good things of late. Look, Stunning Peach goes in. He's got all the right minerals to run well in a race like this. I just wish he'd drawn a little bit better. Not quite sure. I mean, there were excuses, of course, at the Valley last time out, but I think he's a better horse placed around.